This is Andy Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm delighted to be joined by Mick Hennessy Jr. over Zoom. Mick, how are you?
I'm good, thanks, Andy. How about yourself?
I'm good. It's good to catch up, mate. And obviously, I imagine you're very well on the back of a first round stoppage victory this past weekend. Congratulations for that. Just take me back through it for as brief of an encounter as what it was. Yeah, just reflect on your win.
Yeah, no, I'm absolutely buzzing with the result. I've been training very hard, doing a lot of strength and conditioning in the build up to this fight. I've added that in, so I feel like that definitely made a difference with the strength and power. Um, it's great. You don't get paid for overtime. I would have liked to have shown a little bit more because on the boxing side of things, we've been working on opening the opponents up a little bit better. So I'd like to show a bit more of that, but I'm not complaining. So I'm very happy with the result.
A first round stoppage win, Mick. Was that important for yourself just to kind of showcase to others that you do possess that power?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like I've been looking for it too much, sort of to prove I have power in the past and loading up. And that's the stoppages don't come like that. I did get stoppages in the amateurs and stuff. It's different when you're in there with fully grown men. It's a little bit harder. And yeah, just the fact that I've done that now, it's like a burden off my back, and I feel like they'll keep coming now, where I won't be looking for it so much.
What has impressed you most, throughout your work for these last couple of shows? What have you been most happy with that you've been able to show people?
I think, you know what, there's always stuff to improve on. There's stuff that I've been happy with and that I haven't been happy with. I think, you know, I think people can see that I can box, but I think it was nice to show that I have that spiteful side in me and I can punch as well a little bit. you know, but like I say, yeah, I feel like my boxing ability's always been there and people can see that. So yeah.
Obviously, we know your dad announced another show in November. So with that in mind, is that the plan for you to get back out then?
Absolutely, as quick as possible. Hopefully should have one in December as well. So 2 fights before the end of the year, and I'll be over the moon. I want to stay as active as possible. Hopefully hopefully I'd like an 8 rounder for this next one and a little step up. But I will be guided, by my dad, my team, because they know what they're doing and stuff. So I'll be guided by them. But I'd like to have a little step up, and then hopefully next year maybe have a 10 rounder, maybe a little title fight or something of some sort.
That's what I was about to ask you. You mentioned you'd like a little step up to a potential 8 rounder next. Let's say if you could choose your next two fights, maybe not being able to think of names off the top of your head, but is there anybody who you think is a realistic potential opponent, or anything you are kind of looking at in terms of how the next year or so could play out for you?
I'm not looking at anyone in particular. I'm just focused on myself. The belt, like I'd like to go the traditional route, the Southern area English, like that sort of route. And also, I like the look of the youth world titles. I wouldn't mind grabbing one of them. So I'll let my team decide what route we go down. They'll know when I'm ready and who I'm ready for. So
Obviously, this past weekend there was a brilliant headline event with Sam Eggington and Jkitou. Just wanted to get your thoughts on that fight, which was an absolute barnstormer.
yeah, absolutely. It was wow. That's the best fight I've ever seen live. It was absolutely incredible. Fair play to both of them. They're absolute warriors. So yeah, it was back and forth the whole fight. It was incredible. Like the fans definitely got their money's worth. The Channel 5 viewers getting that for free. That was box office worthy, that fight. And there was absolute massive respect between the pair at the end, which is always great to see. So it was an incredible card, to be fair. A very, very good card.
A lot of fighters, that I've interviewed in the past have said that they always want to have like one fight like we saw with that Eggington bout this past weekend in their careers. Are you the same? Do you want a war like that in your career at some point, or would you rather stay away from, seeing what we saw there, and obviously the damage to the facial damage?
You know, I wouldn't mind 1 or 2 to treat the fans to, but not too many for sure. My mum said that to me after that fight. Actually, she said, "Promise me you'll never be in a fight like that." So yeah, I wouldn't mind 1 or 2 wars, just just for the memories. But yeah, we don't want too many. We don't want to put too many miles on the clock. Sam, see, he loves them though, doesn't he? Sam loves a good old war, doesn't he? He's always treating the fans. So fair play to him.
I mean, listen, it might be a little sparring session for you to arrange soon enough.
I've sparred Sam before, and it was hell. It's just non-stop pressure, the whole thing. So no, it was an excellent spar. He's a great fighter, Sam. Very, very underrated. People forget he's 27. He's achieved so much for a 27-year-old, but because people forget how young he is, because he's been around for so long and boxing at a top level for so long. I mean, he was boxing for titles at 20 years old. So he's been in the deep end from early. So
All right, Mick,
glad to see you again.
Sorry, mate, I was just going to tell you leave it there, but it's been a pleasure to catch up with you. I'll leave you to enjoy some more downtime before we next catch up. Thank you for speaking to Boxing Social.
No worries, Andy. Thank you for having me.